Welcome back to Idaho Today. Well, it's another week, which means it's another issue of Boise Weekly. So we're joined by our good friend Jeanne Huff of the Boise Weekly to tell us everything that's happening around town and also give a review in just a little bit about Dear Evan Hansen at the Morrison Center. It was so good to see you the other night, my friend. But first,
that was fun.
I know, it was so fun. I cannot wait to fill everybody in. But I want to talk about Pride Month, though, because there's some celebrations that are coming up in September, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
that's when Boise Pride is. Yeah, it's in September. Let's see, it starts on Friday, September 9th, and then it goes to Sunday, September the 11th. And this year they're going to have a parade. They're going to have fireworks on Friday night, and then they'll end with a giant parade. And there's also going to be a lot of shows and performers, some of them national performers.
Oh, wow.
And then local and regional musical acts, and, you know, of course, food vendors and trucks and booths, and everything's going to be part of the big celebration.
I love that. Okay, so a wonderful big party with all the details in this week's Boise Weekly, correct?
Yes.
Marvelous. We can all read, plan ahead, make sure that we're preparing to go out and attend and be a part of that. Tell us, too, about some great musical performances coming up around town.
Well, yeah. Well, let's see. There's been some new releases from Chief Broom and Frankie Tillo. So they just dropped some new releases that you can now listen to. And then we have a Q&A with Eric Early of Blitzen Trapper, and they're going to be at the Neurolux on June the 28th. And so that should be a good show.
Excellent. And then also, too, I know we're so happy to have a Live After 5 back, which that's going to be highlighted as well in the weekly, right?
Yes. As a matter of fact, it's really kind of cool because our reporter, Nick Danlag, is kind of new to the area, and so he's never been to an Alive After 5 before. And so I thought it would be really interesting for him to go and report on it with his fresh eyes, because we've had Alive After 5 for a number of years, and now that it's starting up again after 2 years of being dormant, then I thought it would be really cool to have a fresh perspective. And so you'll find that in the Boise Weekly this week as well.
I love that. The newbie eyes on Alive After 5. And such a great idea, because you're right. I mean, I grew up going to Alive After 5, but with all of us having to kind of shut down a little bit with the pandemic, and now it's coming back, and so many new people here not aware of the opportunity and what it means to our community as a culture as well. I love that.
That's right.
That's great. Okay, good. So we can get a nice little insight on that in the Boise Weekly.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So let's also talk, though, about some sleepers for the Oscars. I know George has been very busy researching this for us. Fill us in.
Yes. Yes, he has come up with a couple. They're going to be at the Flicks. The one called Phantom of the Open, which is based on a crazy but true story about this guy named Morris Flitcroft. And he's played by Oscar winner Mark Rylance. And it's about the Open, the Golf Open. And so the Open Golf, the British Open Golf Championship is what it is. And so this guy gets on the list to be there, and he has holds the record for the highest number. I'm not a golfer, but the highest number of hits that you can do.
Yes. So he's an excellent golfer then. This is a golf story, which No,
he's not an excellent golfer. He's the worst.
Oh, he's the worst.
And so, he's the worst. He holds the record for it. And
the record for being the worst golfer.
Yes.
Okay, that makes it compelling.
Yeah, but then he gets in over and over and over again. So I guess it's a really great show, and it starts this Friday at the Flicks.
Okay, this Friday at the Flicks, and it might be actually an Oscar contender then, according to George, because it's so good.
That's what George thinks. Yes.
Okay, all right.
And then the other one starts the next Friday on July the 1st at the Flicks, and it is called Mr. Malcolm's List.
Oh.
And George describes it as a Pride and Prejudice sort of film. So it's kind of got that romance and that feel about it. And it's about the list that Mr. Malcolm has is about what he wants in a lady friend. And so he makes a list of all these things. And so this person who goes out with him does not fill the list. Make the list. And so she's not asked out again. She gets really upset about this. And so she tries to do some sort of subterfuge, having him get hooked up with another person who she's trying to help her to be everything on the list.
Oh, okay, got it. All right, so possibly another Oscar contender. 2 great shows at the Flicks. I want to get to Dear Evan Hansen, though, because that was such an amazing show at the Morrison Center, and I know you had the pleasure of watching this, too. You're going to have your full review in the Boise Weekly, but really quick, give us one quick takeaway.
Okay. You know, I really thought that it was so poignant, and the way that it built. The story just kind of had, you know, all of these things thrown at actually all of these teenagers. And a large part of it, and I don't know that that's been brought out, is social media.
Yes.
And they had a running scroll of, you know, a bombardment of the social media cacophony that comes at us and comes at teens all the time. And, you know, I kind of think that was like another character, was the social media.
It really was. That's such a great point, because it is a whole other character in the storyline and has such a major influence on so many events throughout the play and the story in itself. There's just so many reasons for people to go watch Dear Evan Hansen. Jeanne, thank you so much. And everyone, make sure you pick up a copy of the Boise Weekly. There's so much to learn and know about what's happening in our community around us. Thank you, my friend. We'll see you again soon.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right, we'll be right back.
Bye.